Welcome back, everybody. We are again closing in on day 30. So, today's session was again kind of another sort of slog, just kind of pushing through that. Um, Honestly, besides the short story that I wrote over a couple days, the only thing that I've really achieved so far in like almost a month of this, whatever it's been, has honestly just been one chapter. So we're already on the second kind of newest chapter that I'm throwing into the story, but that's it so far. I mean, that's yeah, the short story definitely adds a lot to it because that was like 4,000 words, something like that. But if I told myself at the beginning of this year, like a month ago, that yeah, you get about 1.5 chapters written in a month, boy, I probably would not have believed it. I really thought this was actually going to go a whole lot quicker. And it's becoming more and more clear to me that this simply isn't the case, that it's going to take a lot longer than just, a 90 days to make any real dent in this project. It's funny. Over where I work over in like the middle of New Hampshire. There's a local band, a little, for anyone that's ever heard of the band like Recycled Percussion, there's a kind of splinter group of them called Chaos and Kindness. They're huge over there. They're very, very big in the middle of New Hampshire. I couldn't tell you one song that this band has ever done. I get the general concept of what they do for their act. But one of the headliners from the group just released a memoir. I think it was this week. And they talked about how basically to write the memoir, they were starting and stopping on the project, and finally the guy went to the Atlanta airport and decided to shut himself in at the airport, and declared, I'm not leaving this airport till the first draft of this memoir is done. I'm going to get it down on the page. And he wrote that thing in like a little over a month. So he spent a little over a month locked, basically, I mean, as much seclusion, I guess, as you can get, in an airport, because it meant that much to get this book done. And I heard that and I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. That's really, really cool, that you can do that. And I think a lot of us, we often dream of that, right? That's kind of the dream as an author in a lot of ways, is to be able to kind of shut in for an extended period of time and just write. No distractions, something like that. We're just going to force ourselves to stay in the seat and we're going to write. And that's always been the dream. Every author has always wanted to do that. Every writer, I think for the most part, has always wanted to lock themselves away and just force themselves to get it on the page, because we can brute force this thing if we have to. And man, the more I'm seeing of this, especially this project, I'm realizing I'm not that way. I am a very slow writer. This is a very slow process. I might have released 2 books back to back years, but that was a lot of years of build up and prep for both those projects that I was working on at times simultaneously, to finally get this thing done. And so what I'm seeing more and more here is the idea that even if I was to do something like that, if I was to lock myself away, if I was to take another sabbatical, maybe like I did for my first book there, and take 6 months from working and just focus on this project, I still don't think I would be all that far into it. Because I'm noticing that I'm only got maybe an hour, 90 minutes or so to really get any kind of quality out of my work now. It's a very, very limited window. And especially in this project, it seems more and more like I'm fighting for paragraphs here. Like, to really get something down on these paragraphs, I'm fighting. And this is me paring down a lot of what you're seeing here, to kind of the interesting parts where I'm actually typing. Just for these videos, I'm not showing you the lead up and the prep and all that stuff. I'm not showing you me just staring at a computer for a while. And it's just so apparent that this is going to take forever. This is going to take quite a while, and it's just small bits and pieces that I'm getting through. Lord, I don't intend this to take, like 5 years at all to get done. I certainly hope not, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be quite a while, and it's just so apparent to me, man, that like I might not even have a first draft down until June of next year. I God, it feels like that. So we'll see. We're gonna find out how long it's gonna take, but man, it's gonna be a while. I don't necessarily. I'd prefer it be faster. Obviously, I think we all want to get our stuff done faster. We all want the words to come to us quicker, but as it stands, it's simply just a matter of fact. And yeah, I can lament a little bit, but more of this video is just to kind of remark on how much things changed, on how much this project feels compared to my first ones. Crease and Going Over, those two books did not feel like this. I was not fighting, I don't think, through my projects quite as much as I am on this one. And we're doing a lot. This project's doing a lot. It's a lot more ambitious. It's naturally going to be that way. You're going to have to put more work in. It just follows. But boy, this is... I am feeling it for sure. So I guess with that, I'll stop complaining. I'll sign off here, and I will see you all tomorrow.